Due to even terrain of southwestern Taiwan, the area is very suitable for farming and is therefore the country's breadbasket. With the support of vast and complex irrigation networks, farmers here can access all the water they need to grow rice and other produce. Unfortunately, it is also due to these irrigation channels that all the fields are now at risk from industrial waste pollution. The problem is especially bad in Taichung and Changhua. Here is our report.
In central Taiwan, farmers are heartbroken seeing how their fields have been polluted.
We used whatever water we could find and have to flood our fields. But it turned out we are surrounded by heavy metal pollution. So we discovered cadmium and copper in the rice that was harvested and could only send it to the incinerators.
Carried by wastewater, heavy metals continue to accumulate in these farms. Besides Taichung, Hemei of Changhua is also a hot zone for industrial pollution.
When the EPA was conducting a general inspection of wastewater produced by the electroplating industry, heavy metals were found in this field and this one.
Actually, so many fields here have been polluted by heavy metals that even local environmental activists can't keep track completely, and the culprits are none other than the electroplating factories surrounding the area. Though the one nearby has been ordered to shut down, the wastewater it discharged through hidden pipelines and underground wells has already ruined over 200 hectares of farmland here.
All the
wastewater is discharged illegally. The EPA has barely scratched the surface of the problem. The fields here get their water from the second east-west channel. But see how the factories are right next to the fields? These are their drainage pipes.
So the factories continue to operate while farmers continue to farm. And just exactly where does the water used for irrigation come from? The salt farmer had to walk past several factories to turn on his pump, which then draws the water discharged by the factories and pumps it right into his field. This is what typically happens here in northern Changhua.
Actually, this problem has long been ongoing in Changhua. Industrial wastewater contaminating the fields. In the whole Changhua area, we estimate that the area susceptible to pollution, i.e. the area that we need to inspect, is about 2,000 hectares.
The main source of pollution in northern Changhua is wastewater from the electroplating industry. This means all farms that rely on the irrigation network composed of the second and third east-west channels and their tributaries are vulnerable. Nickel, chromium, copper and zinc are the four metals that inspectors are targeting.
This is where the irrigation channel is, so we will search for its entry point into this field. See this pipe? That's where the water is coming from. When we take samples, we will draw water within 1 meter radius of the water entry point, because that's where heavy metals typically accumulate and thus should have the highest concentration.
EPA contracted inspectors to conduct inspections by searching for a field's water entry point.
I have now confirmed the water entry point is here. When inserted into the ground, this device will collect ground samples about 15 centimeters below the surface.
In the next 2 years, we plan to tackle all high-risk areas in all of Changhua, so the area of contaminated fields will likely increase.
Though conducting such a large-scale inspection is costly and time-consuming, the EPA will continue to carry out its task and shut down violators as they are discovered. To date, the agency has successfully shut down 19 factories, while 31 others have been prosecuted. As for the Council of Agriculture, it will also begin to enforce the Water Protection Act and plans to ban all discharge of industrial wastewater in the area in 6 years. Hopefully, this will give the environment some breathing room.